Hi guys and welcome to my YouTube channel. It's my first ever video, so bear with me on the camera quality, the video quality, me just generally going out with shot on the video. I'm just really not knowing what to do or say. Hopefully you like it. If you want to see how I completed this look, then make sure you keep on watching. Bye! So before I apply anything to my face, I always use a primer. And the one I've been using is the Rimmel Lasting Finish primer, and it was about £5 I think, and it's been pretty good. I know there's some more expensive primers like the Smashbox, but I just think it's going under your makeup. What is the point in spending that much money on a primer? Okay, so now I'm going to go in and apply my foundation, for which I use the L'Oreal True Match foundation, and my shade is Rose Vanilla. So I'm going to apply that with my beauty blender, which needs cleaning, I know. So I'm just tapping it into the skin. Now, I don't want to put the foundation on too thick because I am going to be contouring and highlighting. So I'm just going to go in with my contour, which is the Peaches and Cream contour. And these are £5 each, but you can get some sets on the website that make them slightly cheaper. So I'm just going to use this side of the beauty blender, pick up some of the cream contour. And then, I don't really have cheekbones, but this is what this is for. So I'm just going to sort of blend it into my cheekbone area. So then what I would say is when you've got it all blended into your cheek, so there's no harsh lines or anything, just pick up a little bit more of the product and just add a tiny bit more right into the very start of the cheekbone, sort of near your ear, just to carve it out a little bit more. And then your other cheek. So what I'm doing to blend it in is I'm applying the cream contour with this smaller side of the sponge, and then I'm just going in with the side that I used to apply my foundation. I'm just going over it with that just to blend it into the foundation so we haven't got them harsh lines. And then just adding a bit more right into the edge. Then you want to take a little bit more and apply it right into the hairline. Don't worry, I'm going to fix that. And you want to just sort of join it up with where you've started the cheekbone area. And then just come back in and blend it out. If you've got a really small forehead, you probably don't need to do this step, but I just think it blends it all together, plus I have a pretty big forehead anyway, so I want to make it look smaller. And then again, just using the side that I put the foundation on with, just blending it in. So I just take a tiny bit more and apply it round the edges of the jawbone and underneath, just to sort of slim the face down, and it kind of masks that double chin. And then just the same again round the other side. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is take my concealer, which is Maybelline Superstay 24-Hour Concealer, and my shade is light beige, I think, number 2. So I'm just going to apply the concealer, because it is lighter than my foundation. Apply the concealer to the places that I want to highlight, which is centre of the forehead, bridge of my nose, a little bit on the cupid's bow, just to make your lips look bigger. A bit on the chin, and then the under eye. And you want to sort of bring that down into like a triangle. You don't want to round it off because that's going to make your eyes look baggy and it's going to draw attention to you, any fine lines and wrinkles and anything like that. I mean, I'm only 21, but I've already started to get these sort of lines, you know. So then you just want to blend in the concealer. We are going to set all of this with the Peaches and Cream setting powder as well. But I'll talk you through that in a minute. Just make sure when you're doing it, you're blending everything in. You don't want loads of white patches or anything like that. So I'm just going back in with the bits where I've used the contour just to blend in them edges. Just once again blending the edges. Okay, so as you can see, it looks quite highlighted, but, well, I hope you can see, but when you apply the setting powder and you've used your blush and your highlight and things like that, it's all going to blend together, so it won't look as like white and dark. You will see. So first of all, I'm just going to use my Peaches and Cream sculpting powder in light/medium, and that's just going to set the contour and make sure that it's blended right into the lighter parts, because the cream contour is quite dark, but then we're going to use the light medium powder to sort of create that blend. I'm just using an Eco Tools brush. It doesn't have any description on it all. So you just go in and just add a bit of depth to the cheeks and blend it at the same time. And then around the jawbone. So then I'm going to take the Peaches and Cream setting powder. It looks white, but when you blend it in, it doesn't show up white. And I think, so I'm just adding it to the highlighted areas, like underneath my contour, just to make sure it's nice and sharp but not harsh, if that makes sense. I'm going to look a bit crazy when I've done this. So then on the chin, above the lip, basically everywhere where you've added the highlight, nose, I look insane, under my eyes. I'm just doing that with the flat side of my sponge. So you may look a bit crazy when you've done it, but it will be worth it. So I'm going to do my eyebrows, which, bear with me because I can get quite annoyed. Sometimes they work with me and then other times they do not want to work with me at all. So I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in Chocolate. Looks like this. And I'm going to be using the Peaches and Cream. Sorry about that. It was a postman. And I'm going to be using a Peaches and Cream angled brush for applying the product. So this is what it looks like inside. So what I tend to do is you don't want to take too much product on the brush because it is quite pigmented. I love these. So basically what I've done is taken the brush and you just apply the product underneath the eyebrow, as you can see, sort of make if you haven't got a natural arch, which I've sort of plucked mine into extinction a few years ago, so you just kind of create an arch and then round it off and bring it. There we go, so that's the start of it. Then I just get a bit more product. And then I'm going to go above the eyebrow. So what I tend to do is just go slightly over the hair, which I have like none. But if you have natural eyebrows, I'd just stick to what you've already got. Don't try and go too big. Or they just look, you know, massive. Which mine sometimes do, I'm not going to lie. Sometimes you have to just accept that they're sisters, not twins. This has got me in the past. Try and make them too identical, you just drive yourself insane, it's not going to happen. And then I've got this palette, it's just from Boots, it just says 17 mini eye palette, it's just a Boots own one I think. But I like this colour for just under the brow. So just taking a little bit of that and just popping it right under. So I'm just going to zoom in and then we'll start on the eyes and then we'll go from there. Okay? So I've already primed my eyes with Urban Decay Eden Primer Potion, which it's the old one, so it looks like this. So I'm just going to go straight in and start applying my shadow. So first of all, I'm going to take the Urban Decay Naked 3 brush, which is the one that comes with the palette, and I'm just going to take this colour from the Morphe 35W palette. I don't even know if you can see all of this, but... And I'm just applying that all over the brow bone. That's going to be like a nice transition colour. I think what I'm going to do is just do one eye for the purposes of the video, and then do my other eye off camera and then come back. So I'll just do this eye for now. I'm just going to pick up this nice orange. It's like a burnt orange colour from the Morphe 35W palette. I'll just show you it if I can. It's this colour here. Right into the crease and then just a little bit above to blend into that nice sort of beige transition colour. I really hope you're seeing this. Go in with the matte black colour in the Morphe 35W palette. And I'm putting it right on the eyelid. So then using the same brush, I'm just going to start to blend that into that orange. You don't want any harsh lines. So once you've got that black nice and smoked out, what you want to do is just pick up that original brush that you used for the orange and the crease and just apply a bit more of that orange, just so you're really blending all of it out. So then, just in case you've lost any of that black from blending out, just take a little bit more on your Urban Decay brush again and just pat it back in right into the centre of the lid, and then just a little bit towards the outside as well, and then one last blend. Take that Peaches and Cream pencil brush again. I really don't know if you can see this. Pick up some of that matte black and sweep it underneath the eye on the lower lash line. And then what I'm going to do is take, again, some of that orange, just a little bit, and just smoke that out on the bottom. You want everything blended, you don't want anything harsh, so you really want to just blend that. So then, although it's a matte black smoky eye, what I want to do is take the Peaches and Cream pigment in the shade Prin and just apply it to the tear duct, just although it's like a glitter, just to highlight the tear duct so it doesn't look as dark and you don't want to end up looking like you've got baggy eyes. So just right into the tear duct there. You can put as much or as little as you want really, but I like a lot. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is just apply a little bit of liquid eyeliner just to finish off that lash line, and I'm using the Rimmel Glam Eyes liquid eyeliner, and the shade is Black Glamour 001. So I'm just going to use the little brush that comes with it, and then just take it right from the start. You just want a nice neat line. So then to finish off the eye look, I'm taking the Peaches and Cream No. 9 eyelashes and just applying them with a bit of Revlon Precision Glue. And this is good if you've got a latex allergy because it's latex free. And it's so much better than the Eyebrow glue. The dreaded eyebrow glue. Okay, so I'm just applying that glue to the lash line. And the glue will dry. So while the eyelashes are drying, what I'm going to do is just take that Rimmel liquid eyeliner again. And I'm just going to add a bit of a cat eye. So then I'm just going to apply some mascara, and for that I'm using if I can find it, it's the Bourjois Volume Glamour Ultra Curl Mascara, and it says Black Curl 01. So I'm just going to apply that on top of the false lashes. So that's the eye. So I'm just going to go off camera and I'll do my other eye, and then I'll come back and just finish off the entire look. Okay? See you in a minute. Okay, so I'm back. I've done my other eye off camera, did exactly the same method as I used for the first eye. So now what we're going to do is buff all of the setting powder out, add some highlight, add some blush, and do our lips, and then we're done. So I'm just taking the Eco Tools brush that I was using before to buff out the setting powder. We're going to add some blush, and for this I'm using the Bourjois Little Round Pot blush, and it is in the shade Jasper Rose, and the number code on it is 95. Okay, and then I'm taking my Peaches and Cream Strobing Powder Halo Compact, and I'm just going to, using the same brush because I can't be bothered swapping, pick up a little bit of that, and on the tops of the cheekbones is where you're going to apply. And then I like to put a bit on the tip of my nose. I really like this highlighter because it's effective but it doesn't look too over the top. And then just a bit on the Cupid's bow, which will make your lips look bigger, and a little bit on the chin. That's the face done. So the last thing we want to do is apply our lipstick. So for this, I'm going to take my lip liner pencil, which I got from Peaches and Cream, but it's actually LA Colours, and it's in the shade Deepest Brown. And I'm just going to line my lips with it. So then I'm taking the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the colour London. It looks like this. And it's like a liquid lipstick, it goes on quite velvety and then it settles into like a matte finish. So there it is, that's the finished look. So if you like this look, guys, make sure that you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one. And I'll see you next time. Bye!